Whoo! People like this, man. Anyways, let's read this bullshit. I'm just going to come right out and say it. Why the hell did she wait 30 years? She set him up with those emails, and if it sounds like I'm victim blaming, too bad. She waited until he had made a good name for himself, then hit him with this. So, two things. Well, let's finish reading it, and then I'll give you my two things. Sit him up, behave yourself is arrogant, arrogant. I can't pronounce it. Got the better of him. He thought the status of limitation kicked in. He could have easily have said, "What are you talking about?" Or even better, ignored her. She said herself she couldn't come forward as she had no evidence until the emails. Still, it took 30 years. Okay. What in the fuck are wrong with people? Really? Again, like the person down there said, she had no evidence. So if she would have come forward 20 years ago, let's say 20 years ago, she would have come forward. Let's say 2 years ago, she would have come forward and said something about Jarrett. 2 years ago. She would have had absolutely zero fucking evidence. 2 years ago or 30 years ago. Zero evidence. Nothing that would show that he did anything to her. No way to prove it. No way to fight it in court. And she would have been the joke because it would have been like she lied about it. That's what it would have been. 2 years ago. But Jarrett, dumbass, made emails back and forth to his cousin saying he did it, which gave her proof so she could take his ass to court. And I'm kind of glad it took 30 years for one reason. For one reason. 30 years ago, Jarrett ruined this girl's life. 30 years ago, Jarrett ruined this girl's life. He did something to her when she was 9 or 10, and he was 16 or 17. He did something to this girl, which she had to deal with for the rest of her life after that. She will still be dealing with this after the court date. So I'm kind of glad it's happening 30 years later. I wish she would have got him before. But karma's a bitch, and sometimes karma comes at times that you don't expect it. So, 30 years ago, he ruined her life. Jump forward now 30 years, she ruined his life. Because AWP, it's done. So, karma, which gets everybody, got his ass big time. And I'm glad it came now. Where she had to live for it 30 years, he built up AWP to have it blow up in his face. Karma's a bitch, ain't it?